All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with the Trump Media Corporation and more drama proving that it's all a sham from the very beginning. B.F. Borges, if you may remember, was the auditor, the accountant firm, that actually said that they don't see how it was going to maintain and how it was going to survive, and there was a $58 million loss in 2023 and all that. Has just been closed down, fined $14 million for widespread, massive fraud between 2021 and 2023, affecting over 1,500 SEC filings. More than any other filing was all the massive fraud put into Trump Media. So DJT stocks, the stocks that in 2021 was supposed to go public and did not, because two major players in the company were telling people about the spec deal. The spec deal that was supposed to be secret. It was supposed to be a shell company that was already public that was going to target a specific media company without telling the stock purchasers what company it is. These two gentlemen were bragging about it being Trump Media. So that is why just as a reminder, the stock price originally was $12 a share and it went up to around $32, $33 a share because of all of those people that found out insider trading type of information before the spec deal was announced, before it was announced that Digital World Media was taking over and purchasing Truth Social. That brought it up to $33 a share-ish. That was illegal. So in 2021, when the SEC found out about that, they blocked the company from going public. Trump Media, Truth Social, needed money to keep it going. So they went and they borrowed money. They borrowed money, just as a reminder, from a Russian gentleman that had a bank, lent him about $8 million, $9 million, $10 million, something along those lines, just to keep it floating until it could go public. That Russian gentleman turns out to be the nephew of the main witness during the Biden impeachment trial. The main witness, Alexander Smirnov, that was found to have gotten all of the smoking gun evidence, the documents, the blank checks, the transfers, all those documents directly from Russian propaganda people, admitted to that, pled guilty, and was prosecuted. That was the uncle of the little nephew Russian that gave Donald J. Trump and Truth Media the money to survive until its recent launch of an IPO in 2024. If you remember correctly, since that launch, it nosedived. It nosedived in a big way. It was losing 20% per day, got down to around $20 a share, a little bit under $20 a share, and then mysteriously started picking up, inexplicably picking up. There were news reports about MAGA people losing their entire life savings, their 401ks, because it was tanking and all that other stuff, and which is heartbreaking enough. But if MAGA hasn't figured out by now that they have been getting conned this whole time, kind of tough for them. But it started going up again, and the speculation was there was no reason for it to be going up because Truth Social as a company's value is actually going down. It's not becoming more valuable, it's becoming less valuable, which would negatively impact the stock price. So it's artificially being raised by maybe foreign investors, maybe countries that want to favor for the possible president upcoming. Not anyway. This company has been riddled with nothing but illegality, potential international interference, paying off of a presidential candidate, and now the main accounting firm that runs it found guilty from an SEC investigation and fined $14 million for widespread, massive fraud. What is it going to take for MAGA, Trump voters, Trump supporters, to recognize everything this guy does on the business front, is some form of a scam? And if you don't want to believe me, think of the sneakers. It costs $5.95 in China to be made. The sneakers were billed as something being made by a third party, the website themselves. When you ordered the sneakers, it actually says that Trump organization, Donald J. Trump, anyone connected with Donald J. Trump, has nothing to do with the manufacturing or the selling of these sneakers. They are being sold and manufactured, and the orders are being placed with an international LLC, foreign LLC, that happened to have the headquarters registered to the same address as Trump's golf course. Doesn't sound international to me. So the money that was paid for the sneakers that after all these months people still haven't received, there's a little bit of separation between Trump and the actual product, which means all the money that was already paid for this product, no one could go after Trump for. That's how he builds things. There's a space between Donald Trump and the guilt and the fraud and the collection of the money. That's how he's always done things. His marketing deals, his branding deals with, Trump Soho. Remember Trump Soho? And halfway through the campaign, he all of a sudden stopped talking about Trump Soho. He stopped talking about Trump Soho because the partners in Trump Soho were getting screwed and took his name off of the building. And then the building did well. He is famous for this. He is a lifelong con man on every level. Think about the amount of fundraisers he has done, the amount of rallies he has done. Even while sitting in office, he was doing rallies, making money, and not paying the cities the rallies were in. Hundreds of thousands of dollars for the police, for the maintenance, for all this, for the venue rental, everything. Didn't pay many of these places. They won't have him back anymore unless he pays up front and the bill from last time, which is why he's limiting his rallies. Everything about this man is a scam. I don't know how much more evidence, proof, MAGA and Republicans need to see laid out in front of them before they step back and go, maybe I should question this guy. So as he sits in criminal court for election interference, and all of his witnesses testify about his guilt and deliberate criminal acts, we still have people thinking everything against him is fake and calling themselves patriots and saying America first. Let's get one thing straight. One thing. You're not America first. You're certainly not a patriot. You're Trump first. And you bow down to one man. And it happens to be the one man that blames everyone else under the sun, has never once taken responsibility for anything he's ever done, had over 4,000 lawsuits filed against him before even running for president. That's who you're standing for. That's who you're defending. That's how you're saying he's right and everyone else is against him. 4,000 lawsuits before he announced his campaign and run for president. 4,000. That alone should tell you something. But it doesn't. And it should. Because you really do need to put America first. And this Trump media and yet another scam, we need to stay diligent. We need to stay educated. And we need to be kind. Because we're in this together. And the next election may be the last. God bless.